Big game coverage live from Los Angeles. Powered by AA Best Bail Bonds, Nearside App, Texas Cheer Liquor, and Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds.
Welcome back to Halftime on San Antonio Sports Star. You're listening to ESPN AM 1250 and 103.3 FM. You know, we're on Radio Row right now, brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds. Our big game coverage is brought to you by Nearside App as well, along with Texas Cheer Liquor and Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds. We're joined by Kahlil Herbert, running back for the Chicago Bears. Welcome to Los Angeles. We're on Radio Row. This is the first time for you, huh?
First time.
So what do you think so far about this whole experience? And, you know, I mean, Emmitt Smith was sitting here just a few minutes ago, and now you're here, and you're seeing all these other athletes as well. What's it like to experience this as a young player?
It's definitely crazy, you know, seeing people you've never met before, like on TV. It's definitely surreal, but it's definitely an experience.
Yeah.
I've seen pictures and I've heard about it, but I never got to experience it, obviously. So this is the first, and I'm enjoying it.
You know, I've seen players sit on this chair right here, you know, who are, you know, all pro or retired, and then they see somebody walk by, and it's just like amazing. Mm-hmm. You know, like Barry Sanders walked by earlier today, and people were like, oh my God. And Jerry Rice was here yesterday. We had Joe Montana just walking by. Warren Moon, who I grew up with loving, man. I just loved the Oilers growing up back in the day. But it's just so interesting. But now, are you going to like events or parties and just rubbing elbows with these guys?
Basically, yeah. You know, just coming out here trying to meet some people and you know, enjoy this whole experience, first Super Bowl experience. So just enjoy it all and take it all in, and you know, meet some people and make some connections. So
I'm sure you have a pretty good perspective of this game coming up, the Super Bowl 56, right? I mean, I'm sure it's going to be one of your goals to play in this game.
Oh, yeah.
But you're taking a look at the Rams, taking on the Bengals. You know, it's one of those things. No one thought the Bengals were going to get this far, right? And they made their way through. And you have the Rams, who are led by a quarterback in Matthew Stafford, who for a whole decade wasn't performing well because that team wasn't that good. But taking a look at this game, who do you got in this game?
It's tough because I got players I know on both teams. But I think I'm going to go with the Rams.
Well, why?
I don't know. I'm pulling for them. I feel like a lot of the guys on that team deserve a ring, so I'm pulling for them.
NFC got to stick for NFC, right?
Yeah, definitely.
There you go. You know, you had an interesting rookie campaign over here. You know, you had, drafted in the 6th round, going out there, getting a couple of carries here and there, and then because of COVID and because of an injury to David Montgomery, all of a sudden you're out there, and you're showing for 4 games there where you were out getting 17 to 20 carries and getting, anywhere between 75 and 100 yards. Mm-hmm. What did it mean to you to see that and experience that so early in your career, knowing that you can do it on the NFL level?
It meant a lot. Just really proving to myself, that I'm made to be here. I'm supposed to be here. But it was really just preparation and the work I've put in, and I got my opportunity. It's like, what are you going to do with it now? So just making the most of the opportunity and, proving to myself that you are supposed to be here, it was really big.
I know players don't care, but you were a fantasy football darling there for a good month there.
Yeah, a lot of my friends are picking me up on their teams.
Now, this is Kahlil Herbert, running back for the Chicago Bears. Fantasy football, did you ever play that growing up?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so is it weird now seeing yourself on waiver wires and on rosters and things like that?
Yeah, it is, especially when my friends are talking about, like, I need you to do good this week, but it's funny at the end of the day, like, just hearing what they say and the things that they all, like, the trades and everything that they got to do, that they got to do. So it's fun.
Very cool. Young player. You started out at Kansas, went out to Virginia Tech. I want to talk to you about the college game right now because it's changed a lot in the last year. Now you're seeing that these conferences are now kind of coming together. You're seeing teams like Texas and Oklahoma go to the SEC, and there's a lot of moving and shaking going on amongst all of these programs. Do you think that this is better or worse for college football?
I don't know. I feel like it'll be better, but right now, like with everything, all this NIL, teams, women conferences, all this transfer portal, all this stuff that's going on, it's a lot going on, so it's a little shaky right now. But I feel like in 2 or 3 years, once things get settled, it'll look a lot better than it is right now.
You mentioned NIL. Where was that when you were in college?
Man.
What could you have accomplished or gotten done with NIL money back in the day?
Oh, man, I wish we would have had that. I know I would have had some jersey sales or something. Like, Had some shirts. Been able to eat. A lot of my friends last year even, they were able to go to barbecue spots and get free food for the whole line and stuff like that.
How hard is it to be a college athlete right now? And back in the day, I say back in the day, like a couple of years ago, it's one of those things where, you had tuition paid for and all that stuff, but the actual spending money wasn't necessarily there.
Yeah. It was tough. You get your monthly stipend and you got to make it work, really.
Yeah.
After you pay your rent, you got to make it work. So now guys whipping Benzes, BMWs, souped up trucks, not having to pay for food. It's definitely different now.
Little jealous?
Yeah, definitely. I missed out by a year.
Very nice. This is Kahlil Herbert from the Chicago Bears. One last thing. Talk about like future years, like your goals for the upcoming year, upcoming season and whatnot. You have players ahead of you. Is it one of those things where you train to try to become the starter, or is it something where you look at it and go, I just got to be ready when my number's called?
Definitely. I'm just working on myself. I'm focused on myself, really getting myself better to be the best that I can be. Whatever happens. I'm not worried about that, but I can control what I can control, and that's getting myself ready to go.
Very nice, man. Appreciate you being here with us. That's Kahlil Herbert, Chicago Bears running back on Radio Row here, leading up to Super Bowl 56 in L.A. Thanks for being with us, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.